Can you, Salakia, out of one year? The volume is mad loud here in Durham, and it's not coming from our end because we got everything turned down to the lowest.
Oh, turn your mixer down.
Yeah, the mixers is down low too.
Oh, yeah, you got it. Select out of one, we're live. We'll play some music if you like out of one.
Okay, good. Y'all, so y'all got everything. You said it's still real loud on Durham side?
That's what
I wouldn't know what to do on this end. If everybody else saying it's good.
Yeah, but it's still we wouldn't hear me. So let's see this.
All right, come on. Let's clap it up, man. Let's get on into it. All right.
Testing, 1, 2,
So
1, 2.
we're the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started on 1 West 125th Street in Harlem, New York. Under Commander General YAHANNA, we are not affiliated with no other Israelite group. And we say that with emphasis because, of course, what you're seeing going on right now with a lot of these Israelite groups is they coming down. And they coming down because the Lord does not want them. They don't want them out here teaching our people, man, because they out here teaching all kinds of heresies and all kind of foolishness, man. You understand? So I absolutely appreciate what the Lord is doing. You understand? What's going on? Oh, okay. So it's, it's just a good thing to see that our enemies are falling around us. You know what I'm saying? That so that the Lord's truth can prevail, because that's what we want to happen. You understand? So let's give it up to Commander General YAHANNA. Give it up to the Most High for that. Our King Yahweh Shah for sure. You know what I'm saying? Anybody, if it's your first time coming to class, you know what I'm saying, come on in, take notes, make sure you got your notes, your handy dandy notebook ready. You know what I'm saying? Writing down your notes, doing your due diligence. I'm going to go ahead and start class off for Captain Nayathaq. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get rocking and rolling. I wanted to get right into a topic. You know what I'm saying? The topic is about that incident that happened in Florida, you know, with that young brother. That I think the brother was 22 years old. I don't know how familiar y'all are with that situation, but when you go in, if you could pull that article up for me, when you go into that whole world of what happened, what you will realize is that police brutality and racism is still as strong as it was yesterday as it is today. You understand that Donald Trump has created is still creating an environment where police officers can brutalize Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You know, and we because you saw what they were doing with the so-called so-called Hispanics, and you see how they was treating them when Donald Trump gave the order for ICE to go out and grab up every Hispanic from every corner of this goddamn country. You know what I'm saying? And separate them from their families, and and beat and brutalize them and rape them and all of the things that you heard, the atrocious things you heard that the white man was doing to them. You know what I'm saying? So then now it comes down to we starting to pick up and ramp back up on the brutalities amongst individual, Judites in the city. You know what I'm saying? And for all of you Black, and I'm gonna say this, for all of you Judites who thought that you wasn't gonna get touched no more, you better listen. You better recognize, man. You better place close. Because just because Donald Trump is on our northern brothers is on their trail right now, does not mean they not gonna come after you. It does not mean they're not gonna try to brutalize you. And this brother, he ended up learning that in a very unfortunate way. So we're gonna get into the article if I could. If you can get me that article and let's read it. I got to put up sir.
Testing 1 2 1 2.
If you can't get it shared on the screen, don't worry about it. Let's just try to If you can read it loud enough for it to be heard, that'll be Tawab.
Florida police under fire as video of black man punched, dragged by deputies during traffic stop goes viral.
Can y'all hear what the brother's reading?
Con.
All right, Mossad, right from the top again. It's the water. Just wanted to make sure.
Con. Police under fire. So like Florida police under fire as video of black man punched, dragged by deputies during traffic stop goes viral.
Now this is a video that went viral. You can watch this on TikTok, watch it on Facebook, watch it on YouTube. And what I recall when I saw it was that there were some cops that was trying to get inside of this vehicle where this brother was at, and they had to break his windows out to get to him. The brother remained calm from what I seen. Oh, you got the video? All right, let's get the video. Let the video explain.
The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office says it has a criminal and administrative review of the officer's actions from a traffic stop incident from mid-February. After a recently released video shows officers punching 22-year-old William McNeil Jr.
Exit the vehicle now! Exit the vehicle! Show me your hands.
Here.
I'm here. What is your reason, sir? What is your reason?
Step out now. All right.
No.
If you could take that just back,
According to his lawyer, McNeil was told he was pulled over.
All right.
back to where it started when they first broke the windows out. Just want y'all to get a good look at it once again.
Mid-February, after a recently released video shows officers punching 22-year-old William McNeil Jr.
Exit the vehicle now! Exit the vehicle! Show me your hands.
Now stop right there. Like what? How? And I'm just, this is my sidebar. How unnecessary was that right there? It was just absolutely unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? And this, you know, I don't work in law enforcement, you know, but I do know that if I see somebody who's not a threat, he doesn't seem to be a threat, I wouldn't, you know, I'm not thinking in my mind, I'm just going to punch this man in the face. You know what I'm saying? They already broke his windows out. He was in the same position the whole time. But it's just that racism or that dire need to assault or to violate a nigga that's just inside of, you know what I'm saying, inside of that devil. Like it's like it's in him to want to violate a brother. You know what I'm saying? He sees an opportunity to violate him because in his eyes, that's not a man. In his eyes, that's an animal. He's an animal. He's nothing more. You know what I'm saying? That's why it was so easy for him to go and hit him in the face, wherein, you know, like I know, he wouldn't have done that to another devil. You know, he wouldn't have done that to another white man, especially he wouldn't have done that to another white woman. If anybody has something they want to bring up and topic in the class, you can actually feel free to say something if you want to comment or whatever the case is. Go ahead,
you know,
speak up loud for the camera.
So like if I could, you know, being, you know, they say that this brother's license was suspended, right? And so, but the thing is that, you know, I can relate to what he's going through. I've had a suspended license myself, you know, before coming to the truth for 12 years. And what they did was they said they pulled him over because he didn't have his headlights on during inclement weather.
Right.
But the thing is that it wasn't raining at the time he got pulled over.
Right.
There was no inclement weather at the time he got pulled over. And so, but the thing what these cops do is they actually, like, if they know you have a suspended license, they'll target your vehicle and make up a reason to pull you over just to arrest you for that suspended license.
Damn right.
Which is actually illegal.
Damn right.
Which is why it's which is why he's able to sue the police department and why he's going to win this lawsuit. It's because what they did is they actually illegally targeted him because like the whole suspended license thing is what they call a secondary charge.
Right.
So he has to be committing a crime in order for you to pull him over in the first place. And so what they do to so many black people, which they did to me. I'm sure they did to any other brother in the school that can relate.
Oh yeah.
You understand? That's why I'm so thankful for Commander General YAHANNA and the men in the I.S.U.P.K.
Testing 1 2 1 2.
Captain Rashad for checking the hell out of me for driving with a suspended license.
Yeah.
Because that checking that I got driving with that suspended license kept me out of going through a situation like this.
Man, listen, give him a hand because I can't tell you how many times.
Testing 1 2 1 2. We get there.
Listen,
y'all can hear that.
Don't ever feel no way about them check-ins and them corrections because let me tell you something, man. A lot. It was the same thing for me. You know, driving around with a suspended license and stuff like that. And it's like most of us, we ain't up to no good doing nothing. We just trying to make ends meet. We just trying to get to work, trying to pay our bills, trying to do what we got to do. You know what I'm saying? But it's just good to know that you have fathers in here who know how evil that bastard is, and he don't give a damn about how much you trying to just take care of your family and how you just trying to do right by trying to do right, in your life or live a good citizen. He don't care about that. You know what I'm saying? What he cares about is getting you locked up, or worse, murder. He wants to hurt you. He wants to harm you. Give me that scripture where it talks about him lurking in the corners.
So like
oh, go ahead. Who wanted to speak?
So like Officer Bonkaya out of Fayetteville.
Go ahead. Let's hear it.
What you bring out is so heavy because I think of this term called dehumanization, and it's defined as the process of treating people as less than human, as subhuman, and that's how they treats us. The Bible describes him as being the most subtle beast of the field. He's literally the animal, and he proves that through his actions and the brutality that we face every day whenever we interact and engage with them. So Lakia.
Damn right, give him a hand. That's true. We must not forget that we're not dealing with professionals. We're dealing with a murderer, a killer. You know what I'm saying? And so with the things that we learn here in the school, we apply it so that we can stay safe from that bastard. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna go out here and match his energy and be a evil brute, a brute like he is, an animal like he is. But we will use the court of law against him, just like in this situation with this brother. You know what I'm saying? If he got a good lawyer, everything is playing right. You know what I'm saying? Then he'll win that. He'll win that situation. You got that scripture for me?
No, gotcha.
But that was a hell of a point. You damn right. Go ahead.
Psalms chapter 10, verse 8. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages.
That's what that white man did. That's what them cops did. They were sitting in the lurking places of that village of Jacksonville, Florida. You know what I'm saying? They were sitting in the lurking places. Read on.
In the secret places doth he murder the innocent.
In the secret places. Have you ever noticed wherever you get pulled over by cops? Well, I don't know how much has changed now. Probably not much. But back in the day, they always was trying to get you off on a little cut. You know what I'm saying? Like a little corner, a little area where not too many people can see what's going on. And I think they still do that today. But I remember back in the day, boy, you might have to pray to the Most High if you got pulled off on the cut somewhere where nobody could see you. Because some damn racist ass cop wanted to do something to you. They really wanted to do more than just their damn job. You know what I'm saying? Read any more on that?
His eyes are privily set against the poor.
You understand? His eyes are privily set against the poor. You know what I'm saying? He don't care about nothing around him but what he wants to do to the poor. Nothing else in this, nothing else to him matters except for what he wants to do to you, how he wants to affect you or harm you. You understand? Like that's what matters to him. He wants to catch you doing something. He wants to catch you doing something. It doesn't matter if you selling that little bit of weed is to go pay your light bill or to feed your family. That matters not to him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, of course, encouraging you to sell drugs or do anything like that. I'm just saying that he knows that you're poor. He knows you're dealing with poverty. He knows that you're likely to go do something in the sense of just trying to survive. He knows you're going to do those things, and because of that, he's sitting there waiting for you to slip up. He's sitting there waiting for you to get inside your car and go drive down the street without that driver's license. That's what these cops do. You know what I'm saying? He's waiting for you to go do something so he can have something on you, so you have a reason to murder you. Any more on that? That was it on that. So, you know, just watching this film, you know, and like the brother was saying earlier, they look for every reason. They call it probable cause. You know what I'm saying? But they look for every reason to pull you over, and they might already, you know, done ran your tags. Most of the time, if a cop is following behind you, he done been running your tags for a couple of miles. You know what I'm saying? Am I right? You know what I'm saying? He already running your tags. So, you know, he made this brother a criminal before he even pulled the brother over. They already knew what they wanted to do to him. You know, and they'll run it like this is just protocol. You know, this is just how we do things. They'll run it like that. Like they'll have you believing this is just how we do things. When they break their own laws all the time. They don't follow their own protocols. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, you got to be on top of your game, and it would behoove you to learn these laws better than them. That way you will have a fighting chance, of course, with the Lord on your side. Of course, if you follow the Lord, you know what I'm saying, you have a better chance of getting out of a situation when one of them animals try to pursue you. But anybody else want to say something on that? Anybody in the chat first? Okay, go ahead, Nayathaq.
I was going to say what you're saying is so heavy, and it's right along the lines of what General Muhammad was saying the other day, and it's like the Jacksonville law.
Uh-huh.
You know, like, you know, what General YAHANNA was instructing us was, you know, if we get pulled over and they want to take us to jail, just let them take us to jail.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because the thing is, like, according to Jacksonville law,
mm-hmm.
they were arresting him for driving without turning his headlights on in inclement weather.
Right.
But when you actually look at the Jacksonville law, it's like it wasn't raining at the time he get pulled over.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what I mean? When he said that there was no rain and there was plenty of cars that didn't have their lights on, the cops said, we don't care.
Right.
At that point, if he'd went to jail, they would have had to dismiss his case, because as the law is written, you have to get pulled over while there's actively rain. Like while it's actively raining, you have to have your lights. It's like once it stops raining, your lights are cut off. And the thing is, a lot of cars do that automatically.
Right.
So as soon as the rain stops, your headlights automatically cut off.
So, you know, there you go, man.
So like, if I make up,
go ahead,
is Zion. I was about to say, a lot of our people, without knowing this truth, we're like sitting ducks. We're like low-hanging fruit, right? If we only knew that the oppressor was the devil that the Bible speaks of, we would put ourselves in conditions like this to be hunted like wild animals. You understand? Like,
that's right.
Like this brother is sitting calmly. He recording it as the right thing to do, but our people don't know how big of without knowing this truth. Like, we're in danger day in and day out. And I you can damn near see the terror on this brother's face, not knowing what these cops are going to do when they get to that window. And then he's absolutely like you ever heard of the phrase playing possum? Like, after they break that window, this brother is in pure terror. Like, he just got his hands up like, oh shit, like it's real now. Like, but you know, it's real for us not knowing this truth. And without this truth, like our people, we are low-hanging fruit. We're like You know what I'm saying? We like fish in a barrel without knowing that the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
Damn right. Give him a hand. And I want to say, and to go along with that, I want to say there is a psychological study, and I'm gonna look it up. I ain't gonna try to talk about it right now because I'm gonna look it up. But I believe there is a psychological study of the amount of anxiety and amount of different things that come into play with how your mind reacts when you get pulled over by, as a black person, as a black and Hispanic, and so they're just now really looking into it. You know, before it was just like, you know, break your window, snatch you out the car, beat your ass. Excuse my language, but you know now they trying to act like they got a little bit of heart and you know and study up the psychological effects of, you know, and the trauma that black and Hispanics are having to deal with, you know what I'm saying, being pulled over. You know, I don't know about you, and I'm pretty sure any brother can speak on this, but you know, when them lights come on, if you've been somebody who's used to get pulled over a lot, when them lights come on, that sometimes they give you a little bit of anxiety. You know, especially if you had a bad run-in with the cops, or if you know what I'm saying, if you've seen the amount of brutality that's been happened by, you know, by brothers just from being pulled over by the cops. But no, you're right, brothers. You know, brothers and sisters, we're like low-hanging fruit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, man, I don't care. And listen, this is for every brother. And this is not a pass to go out and be half-assed. Make sure you're paying your insurance. Make sure your tags and everything is right. Make sure your license is up to date. Make sure your car registration. Make sure everything is perfect. But I'm gonna go ahead and tell you that does not stop the devil from being the devil, man. It's not going to stop the devil. He is going to find something that he can choose, that he can look at on your car and say and make that a reason to pull you over. That's just in his nature. Go ahead.
I found an article here with BBC News
Uh-huh.
About the very topic that you're discussing.
Please, let's get that. I like to hear that. And if anybody got some questions on the topic, or if anybody want to make a comment, please be sure to do so.
Here we go, sir. I got to pull it right here. So from BBC News, the unique fear of driving while black. Driving while black is a term used on Twitter to share incidents of alleged racial profiling by police officers while driving. Many Black Americans are warned from a very young age about how to interact with police when behind the wheel. Some of the high-profile incidents that have ignited a national debate about policies came from a traffic stop. Philando Castile was shot 4 times in his car in Minnesota, while last year Sandra Bland died in police custody after being pulled over.
See, it's like if that ain't enough right there to put some fear in your heart when you see them bastards, you know, you listen. It is high time. It is high time to come to the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, man. It is high time to do it. Because even if you remember the story of Philando Castile, he didn't do anything to provoke being murdered. Nothing. And he was in compliance. He had he had a firearm, if I'm not mistaken, right? He had a firearm, he had a license for it, and was still murdered in cold blood right there next to his woman. Right there next to his woman.
It's like, if I could,
go ahead.
Like the very next line in this article says, many Black drivers feel they are targeted by supporters of police, but supporters of police say the situations tend to escalate when drivers do not obey police commands. And then Philando Castile was given a police command to reach for his wallet. And when he reached for his wallet, he got shot for following that police command.
There you go. There you go. Which means what? Which means that the only way the only way you're gonna be able to defend yourself from this animal is you're gonna have to come into the Israelite school of universal practical knowledge under Commander General YAHANNA.
Right.
You're gonna have to. You understand? Because no matter how much you comply with this animal, if he wants you dead, he will he will unalive you. You understand? He will unalive you and he'll beat the case. Give me that scripture where it says hold themselves not guilty. Give me that scripture. Oh, go ahead. Let me hear it.
So like I said, I got a precept on topic. This
Okay,
I.S.U.P.K.
what you got?
I got Lamentations chapter 4 and verse 18. They hunt our steps that we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near. Our days are fulfilled, for our end is come.
Perfect. 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 Especially that part where it says they hunt our steps. That's exactly what they did to that brother. That's exactly what they did to that brother. They hunted his steps, meaning they drove behind his car. They drove behind his car and they looked up everything they can look up on his car or in his license to find out what they can do him in for. And when they finally got finally got him pulled over, they started brutalizing him, punched him right in the face. And if he did anything worse, they probably would have shot him right in the car, man. Like, listen, he's in the car not doing nothing, and he gets punched in the face. Just imagine if he would have just yanked his arm or just did something drastic. They probably would have put him to death, I-S-H-A. He probably would have shot him right then and there. You know what I'm saying? So hunting, that's a perfect one. Give me Salagi. Give me who possesses Slatem, Zechariah 11:5.
Salaki got a one. Captain is in.
Damn, I forget my background. Give me 1 minute, Doc. Hold on.
Oh, come on, sir. Salaki.
We good. Hold on, let me come back. Let me come back out. I'm gonna come back out and come back.
All right, come on, sir. Yeah, go ahead and give me that.
Zechariah 11:5.
Read it loud for me.
Zechariah 11:5. Who possesses slavery and hold themselves not guilty.
Like our possessors, listen, like the white man is our possessors on this earth, right? Like he is the master over all of this world. He's in control of everything. And day by day, he destroys, he brutalizes, he kills, he murders Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian people. And guess what? He doesn't get charged for it, man. Or he gets charged for it, but he doesn't get held guilty for it. You know what I'm saying? Like how many brothers and sisters that have been murdered? Sandra Bland, Michael Brown. We can go down the list for years. Down the list of how many brothers and sisters. Sorry,
Shalom.
Hey, Shalom. Salaki, I'm gonna turn the class over to Captain Nayathaq 13,000. Salaki.
Hey, no sir. Tawada.
Yes, sir.
How y'all doing?
Two up, sir.
Good, sir. Shalom, Lord Christ.
All right. Shalom, Christ. Not sir. Any questions? I know. Right now, I hit the ground running because I know tonight is Monday, and I want you all to tune in to Commander General YAHANNA radio show and support it. Understand? All right. Any questions? If not,
Salaki, if I may,
come on.
Salaki, I don't know if you saw the recent newscast with Iran. They're gearing up to bomb Israel to piss because a lot of these other nations, gave them a lot of nuclear weapons as well. So I don't know if you heard anything about that. You want to touch on that? I don't know. Salaki.
No, I've heard anything about it, but more than likely it's what you're hearing right now is propaganda. You know what I mean? It's like what you hear with with Iraq when Bush went into Iraq when their weapons of mass destruction.
Yeah, come on.
What they're trying to do is they're trying to set up like set something up so that when they do go in, when the Europeans do go in, it's they have a reason for. It's like building a fear. It's like what they did to us.
Right.
What did they do to black people here in America? And not just in America, in the Caribbean also too. What did they do to us?
So like I said, they flooded our communities with drugs, and then they send police in to arrest us by large numbers.
Okay, understand this. They did that, right? But there's something they did first. What did they do to black people first before they could do that? Stir things up. How did they stir things up? Joanne Tyler. How I hope I pronounced it incorrectly. How did they stir things up? Like they had to do something first. And remember what they're doing now to the Palestinians, right? They've been doing to black people. All right. So now what you think on that level? Come on.
It's like if I could, sir.
Mm-hmm.
They put out a lot of propaganda against us. Like
I'll take that. But there's a D word that they have to do so that when your people are in the state they're in right now, it's not their fault. It's not the oppressor fault.
So like I said,
come on.
They demoralize us.
I'll take that. Demoralize.
So like
right?
sir.
Like you, sir. They demonize us.
Demonize. Come on.
They demonize us, sir.
No, somebody else.
I'm sorry, sir. So like, sir, this Captain Nayathaq is damage control.
Not damage control, but it dehumanize and demoralize is very close to the word I use. And these politicians, they if you look at the news, they say it a whole lot. They make mention of it, and it's it's like a root to racism.
So like, sir, can you hear us in Durham?
Yeah, I hear you. Perfect, sir.
Is it criminalized?
No, it's a D word, but you're on it. That's like demoralize, demonize is on that part.
So like your cap, if I could discriminate.
I'll take that too, but it's look up this word, dehumanize.
Come on, sir.
Look up dehumanize. Right? And now and think this, right? The Bible, right? Who does the Bible dehumanize? I should say dehumanize, but it's I don't want to say it like that. But who does the Bible put as the righteous people? Come on.
Go ahead.
So like sir, I got the definition of dehumanize.
Whoever have it, how to come close to the mic. I think it's South Carolina. You might have to get
Come on, sir. I have the definition of dehumanize.
Yeah, that's it right there. Not to talk about. Come on.
To deprive someone or something of human qualities, personality, or dignity.
How did they treat black people? You animals. They show videos of us fighting like, you know what I mean? They just show the fight. They don't give you the pretext up to it. They show you and it look crazy. I see a fight where recently where they said they done arrested 4 people already, and it's a oppressor on the ground and his woman getting whooped. Now I'm just seeing a video of them getting whooped. I don't know what's the context, but in white America mind, in your oppressor's mind, these are what they are showing it to do. What to say these are animals and they don't deserve rights. You understand?
Okay,
come on.
They want to inflame the situation against us. They want to inflame the public against us.
That's it. And to do it without getting any kickback, you have to dehumanize those people.
Right.
You have to. You understand? You have to dehumanize them. You have to make it look as if these people are what? They're not humans. So we can't treat them like humans. You know what I mean? Remember the Native Indians? How did it separate the Native Indians? What category did they separate the Native Indians in? The First Nation people.
Right.
And anybody want to take a shot? Come on.
They call them savages.
Yes, but there's a category they give to the ones that were with them. The ones that were with them, they call them. Say that one more time.
Civilized.
Yes, that's
civilized.
What it is. That's like right. So now, civilized people will do what? They go back. They have laws. They have rules. Right? Do animals behave civilized? So in other words, you will say what? The people who are not with you, the Native Indians who are not with you, you will call them what? Uncivilized. You understand? Like it's a reason why they're doing it. They're building a case so that when they do lock us up in cages, these are just what? Who do you put in cages?
Animals.
Animals.
Yeah. You remember what Trump ran on? What Trump ran on? Trump said these are what?
Criminals, rapists, animals.
Yeah, what do you do with criminals? What do you do with rapists?
You lock
a
them up.
rapist, you toss, you throw that rapist in the jail and lost that kiosk. You understand?
Come on.
Right? And that's what they do.
It's Salaki Cap.
Come on.
If I may, I think they depict us as like the way like our dance videos and our music videos, like they used to call us jigaboos from the dances that we used to do back in the day, and the mashed potatoes, and then the oppressor children started doing it. When they say we would step on roaches.
Yeah, you're right. What's his brother name? Bankel, come on, read that, man. You're telling me you want me to read it? I'll read it, Bankel. Salaki.
I can read it.
Black citizens. Come on, man.
I got you out of one. This is an article according to University of Akron. It says Black Citizenship Organization in the 14th Amendment by someone named Reginald.
And that's what they're trying to do right now. What is Donald Trump trying to do? Donald Trump trying to take away your what?
Birthright citizenship.
Yes, they're trying to take it away. How many of y'all know that right now there are oppressors who start a white-only community? I think it's somewhere up in Arkansas. Like if niggas gonna live up there.
The Ozarks out of one.
Yeah, the Ozarks. Yep. They start their own community up there. Their own. White only. You understand?
It's like if I could, sir.
Come on.
It's so evil that because it's like the way the society is set up. It's like just how like their society is set up. It's already set up to where it's like you can't get inside of one of their gated communities if you wanted to anyway. So it's like whether they have the shit set up like, oh, you can't get in here, we don't want you in here. Whether they have it set up like that or not, it's like to be a black Hispanic or Native Indian, you wouldn't be able to get in regardless, just because of how the economy is or how they got their gated community set up, and you having to have this certain amount of money or have this certain kind of status in society in order to be able to live amongst them anyway. It's like it's kind of like it's just now it's blatant and it's open compared to when it was kind of like a little bit hushed up a little bit.
Yeah.
So okay, sir.
Come on.
If I may. So like they want to make America great again. So in their minds, America was great when it was segregated, when we were separated. Right. So that's what's in the back of their mind. And also along with that, they were able to brutalize us with impunity.
Yes.
So all of these things is in their nature, man, because the Bible says they have a perpetual hatred against us, man. So all of these things is just who they are. And
that's right.
Thank God for the ISUPK because we done peeped the whole game already.
That's right. Not just, I mean, we've been peeping the whole game. The Lord done peep the game and put it in the Bible.
Exactly, sir.
You understand? He done. Remember, the Lord created who? He created who? He created everybody on the earth.
Right.
So of course he going to know everyone's what? Character. And he tells you in the Bible that this man, give me where it speaks about a leopard can't change it spots. You understand? Like he cannot, and the wicked is estranged from the womb. Like there's no what I call that? What's that word I'm looking for, boy? There's no reforming the oppressor. You can't reform him.
Salakia, sir.
Come on.
That's Jeremiah chapter 13, verse 23.
Mm-hmm.
Can the Ethiopian change his skin?
Right, and this is the Ethiopian, right? We all know Ethiopians are what? Heathens. Can they change your skin? It's like the oppressor. Can he change his skin? He can't. Read on.
Or the leopard, his spots.
Oh, leopard. Can a leopard just say, you know what? I had a camouflage today. I don't need them spots. Let them think I some, something else. You can't do that. Read on.
Then may ye also do good that are accustomed to do evil.
What?
Then may ye also do good that are accustomed to do evil.
The oppressor is accustomed doing evil. You see what's happening right now in Gaza? Brother, them kids and them women, brother, they are starving. They say they're in 5th stage starvation. So once you get in that stage, your organs, your organs basically being eaten by your body. Ain't no coming back from that. You're done. You know what I mean? This is like having what I think if there's a 5th stage in cancer, it's like that. Ain't no coming back from that. The type of medical help you will need. There's no good in them. He talking about he's bringing what? Aid, and he's dropping the bombs too. You imagine the evil mind you will have to have.
So lucky, sir.
You dropping aid and you dropping bombs too. People confused. Come on.
So like I said, so Netanyahu's still saying that there's no starvation going on.
Yeah.
But if I may, sir, today, as a distraction, you see how Trump tried to play like this humanitarian today. Did you see that, sir?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm trying to tell you. Like you're trying to say we are sending the most food on the planet, but you giving them the most bombs on the planet too.
Cut of my card, sir.
You understand? It's no different than what they're doing to black people today. Like you push all the drugs in the community, right? In the Reagan era, and now you have programs to help people get off drugs. Like you can't win in this place.
It's
only when you're gonna come into the UPK. Come on.
If I could give a precept, Ecclesiastes 7:13, it says, "Consider the work of the Most High, for who can make that straight which He hath made crooked."
That's it. Like black people are gonna have to wake up and realize there's no making this man straight. I don't care. He could tell you you're gonna get 100 or 100% increase on your WIC or your EBT.
Yeah, right.
Or those things don't make that don't change a man's spirit. You understand?
Right.
This man is evil, and ain't nothing changing him from being evil. You understand? And this is not personal, right? And these are why people think these things are personal. We don't take these things personal. That's why when Christ returned, the entire nation, you understand, is going to have to do what? Go into captivity when Christ returned. They're going to have to feel what it is, what they did to people. They're going to have to now feel what it feels like to pick cotton, to pick sugar cane. You understand? And you know what I mean, lo and behold, we will never treat them the way they treated us. You know what I mean? That's the, you know what I mean, that's the, you know what I mean, that's the how to put it, the compassion, you know what I mean, that black people have in this place. And that's why we need to be in charge.
Right.
This earth is the way it is because the wrong people are in charge.
That's right.
America is the way it is because the wrong people are in charge. Do you know that the so-called oppressor now, he is saying what? That he is Native American, not the natives. You understand? That's how evil these people are. Like, you come into somebody's house, kick them out the house, and now you're taking what? You're taking the name, you're taking the land, you're taking the culture too. You understand? All right.
So like I said,
No, come on.
I got your precept in Psalms.
Bring it.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 58 and verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb.
Mm-hmm. Right. What does that mean? What do you mean estranged from the womb?
So like I said, meaning
Come on.
they go astray as soon as they're born. They're not
us. Yes. This what the Lord trying to help you here is to not fall into the trap of what? What's the trap that black people fall in?
So like I said,
come on.
Being naive to the fact that the oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of. Salaki.
That is the summary of it. But what do black people fall for in this place?
Like if I could, sir.
Come on.
The false sense of love that Esau, our enemy, tries to give, tries to show us.
I'll take that, but it's more so. It's more so. Give me 1 minute. Hold. Yeah, it's more so. Think along the line of the hope of the white man changing.
Come.
That hope. Remember that song that that brother had? Zion, you remember this song?
Like
I thought I'd catch you, Zion. Come on, you understand? I know you know it. Come on.
No. Damn, you done made me forget what I was going to say.
Salaki.
But
no, go ahead.
And I'll come back to it, sir. I don't forgot what I was going to say.
Salaki. No, it's go ahead. Let me see.
That Michael Jackson song?
No, not Michael Jackson. The one when Barack Obama got into power.
Oh.
Change gonna come.
Yes.
Change will come.
Yes.
Change gonna come.
That is an evil song. You understand? Because now black people hoping for something that will never ever come their way.
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
So, I mean, the Christian church taught us that God loves everybody.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that's at the root of it, wouldn't you say, sir? Like
that. Yes. Yes.
Like
you understand? You're lying.
That's crazy, man. You're a fool if you love everybody.
Yes, that whole Christianity, that doctrine that they have, of course. It gives us a false sense of hope. Come on.
And along with that hope, sir, I know that we as a Christianity will have us thinking that not only that he can change, we're thinking like his way of thinking is the only way of thinking as to being right or wrong. Like we look for his approval in everything that we do.
Yes. And brother, I'm telling you, you'll be shocked to know that this oppressor, most of the time, he going off the fly. Ain't no thinking involved. He going off the fly. You understand? Because for the life of me, I don't understand. You have all these genius, you know what I mean, according to the white man's, white man's will. and Donald Trump is your president,
Right.
you tell me you'd have a heart surgeon, or you know, what I mean, somebody who went to school on top of the class could run this country. You giving it to somebody who don't have that, you know, what I mean, that intellectual mindset. Because guess what? That's just for show. And black people have been hoping that one day that America gonna accept them. And black people in the Caribbean too, we've been hoping that one day whites are going to accept us. That they're going to. And it never happens. And it never will happen. Because the Lord is saying, what? Read that one more time.
Count time. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 58 and verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies.
Speaking what?
Speaking lies.
Speaking lies. Christ is what? He had no color. Christ died for everybody. You understand? The Catholic Church claims that what's it claim to Catholic Church being the church of God? That what? The church is built on who?
Peter.
On Peter. Yes. You understand? That's a lie.
Right.
You understand? A full-out lie. They speak lie. Like it's almost as if, okay, like black people, we have a conscience where, you know what I mean, like lying ain't, you know what I mean, you lie, you feel a type of way, not with the oppressor. Lying is, you know what I mean, whatever. You know what I mean? You could be, you know what I mean, you could be, you know what I mean, just about walking them down the path to, okay, Christ is black. Well, he may not be. The Jews are black. Well, that don't mean he was black. He was orange. He was olive.
So, like it, sir.
Come on.
I got a precept. You just sparked it. This is 2 Peter 2 and 12. But these, as natural brute beast, made to be taken and destroyed, speak evil of the things that they understand not, and shall utterly perish in their own corruption.
That's it. You understand? Like, you know what I mean? Like black people, we gonna have to wake up and realize that the church has failed black people. The mosque has failed black people. They all failed. There's one thing they have not tried, and that's following the Bible to the T. You understand?
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
So it's, you know, when they say the Catholic Church is, you know, Peter is the rock, the head of, he set the foundation for Peter, and you know, he mentioned that they had lied. What would be the truth of that situation according to the Bible? Like, which precepts could I go to?
Okay. Now Peter, according to the Bible, was from the tribe of what?
Was it Judah?
Peter was from the tribe of Judah, right? Peter was from the tribe of Judah. Now, the Roman Catholic Church is built on who?
Peter.
No.
Or it's not built on Peter?
No. Peter was a black man. If Peter was a black man, Christ was a black man. Right? The Catholic Church is not built on Peter. They claim it's built on Peter, but they are not built on Peter. Why they are not built on Peter? Because this Bible is for who?
Israel.
For the blacks, natives, Hispanics. And
yes.
So like it, sir.
So now, come on, go ahead.
The scripture you want is Matthew 16 and 18. That's what they base.
Go ahead.
It says, and I say unto you, this is Christ, that thou art Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it.
Yeah, and the Catholic Church is alive. Peter, if Peter was alive today, Peter would not be a what? Mouth.
Catholic.
Peter will not be a what?
Catholic.
He wouldn't be a Roman Catholic. Peter wouldn't dare call himself a Roman Catholic.
So is this symbolism?
It's along a lie. Let's put it like that.
Right.
It's more like okay, it's like this. Let's say you want to open your church, right? Good. You want to open your church, but you want to pull people away from church A. You're going to find what doctrine church A is speaking about. Now go into the Bible, and you're going to have to do what? Formulate a what? It starts with an N. It starts with an N. What are you going to formulate?
So like I said,
come on.
A narrative.
Yes, you have to formulate a narrative. So now people are going to come to this church. Why? Because this church was built on what? Peter. But that's a lie, because now when you start opening the Bible and you start matching up what the Roman Catholic Church is doing, they're not following the Bible. They're not. It's more like the so-called white man today who calls himself a Jew. He is not a Jew, but he created a narrative to call himself a Jew.
Right.
And now that narrative means what? I have to get the land in Israel, and the Gaza and the Palestinians are on my land because I am the Jew. I am the Jew. So now you built a narrative around your lie using the Bible. You understand? That's why most of your Christian or all your Christian church comes out where? Comes out from where? The Catholic Church. Right?
So like,
and come on.
So what would be the truth of, you know, Peter, the foundation of the church being built upon Peter? What would be the truth of that?
The truth
for us,
instead
of what forget like what the Catholics want to say it is. What is the actual truth of that?
Okay, what did Peter teach? Read it one more time, Yana, sir.
Kind of one card, sir. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 16 and verse 18. And I say also unto thee.
So this is Christ. This is Christ talking to Peter. And why was Christ talking to Peter in this way?
Because of Peter's faith.
Okay. Not just because of Peter's faith. Remember, Christ is telling them what? I'm going to do what?
You're going to be the head of the school.
Why is Christ telling them that?
Salaki, is it because he was scattered amongst lands where people needed to be educated, or Peter?
Because it's simpler than that, because Christ was about to leave.
Kind of
Christ was about to die. So Christ had to put what? It's much like, you know what I mean? It's like your mom or your dad, right? They have inheritance. But before they die, they try to make sure what to put things in place so that what the inheritance goes where it needs to go, where they want it to go. Well, Christ knew he was about to go on that cross. So he had to leave somebody in charge. So he had to tell Peter, yo, such and such is the case. When I'm gone, you in charge. Go ahead, Bankel.
Oh, Salaki, I don't want to cut you off. I don't want. Like, you're talking about the will, the last will and testament, like with Deion Sanders, what he's going through right now. He had to write out his will, and he broke down because he's literally having to denote where his resources, all the things that he made over his career, where they're going to with his children and whomever. So Salaki.
Yeah, you're right. You understand? Lord be with our brother, man. Right? But this is Christ here speaking. And now Christ is telling Peter he's going to be the what? Read on, Yanisa. Yanisa, are you there? Somebody take it for him.
It says, and I say unto thee that thou art Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it.
Right. So now he leaving Peter in charge. So if he leave Peter in charge, Peter has to be teaching what? What Christ taught him.
Right.
Right? Now you'll have to go and see what Peter was teaching. And now you're going to have to match that up with whatever church you go into. Now, young man, did Peter celebrate Christmas?
No, he didn't.
Did Peter celebrate Christ's birthday?
Did he celebrate Christ's birthday?
Yeah.
No.
Did Peter celebrate his birthday?
No, he didn't even celebrate his.
So now you're going to have to start to what? Match up what people are teaching based on what's in the Bible, what Peter done taught, what Christ done taught him.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You're going to have to start matching it up. Now, does the Christian church, do they celebrate birthdays in the Christian church?
Sir.
They do celebrate birthdays in the Christian church. Do they celebrate Christmas in the Christian church? Yeah. Do the Catholic Church celebrate Christmas? Do they celebrate Halloween?
Yeah, they celebrate all of the holidays.
But Peter didn't do that. So how you can say it built on Peter?
Right.
They are lying.
So what they were saying in that was basically just referring to, you know, how Peter moved according to, you know, how he should move according to how Christ basically moved upon being on the earth. You know, that's basically just saying that they built Peter as being the rock. Like, you just follow how his steps in a sense, instead of it being a whole church.
Okay.
Set up.
Okay, this was just symbolic what Christ was doing for the disciples to see. Meaning he was telling Peter, I'm going to use you to build my schools, to build these schools, to set these schools up. You understand? That's why Paul, who we're going to come to, Paul fell under who?
Under Peter.
He fell under Peter. You understand? Did he have to go to Peter and explain to him what Christ actually came to do? Yes. But Paul went to Peter like a what? Like a father goes to what? Like a son goes to a what? A father. Which lets you know what? Peter was in charge. You understand? Remember, these ranks are for what? Well, these ranks is for order. You understand? These ranks is not for me to lord it over you, and you know what I mean, to sit down on some chair like I.S.U.P. king or something and say, hey brother, you get this, go get this water for me, or make my drink, do this, clean my car, wash my clothes. No, rank ain't for that. You understand? That's not what it's for. Order. You understand? So you know who to look to. And this is to show you that what? There's only one person in charge on earth at a time for God chosen people. One person. One. Christ didn't say what? Peter, I'm gonna let you be this rock here. Then Paul, I'm gonna let you be this other rock. Then this, no. He said, Peter, you my rock. You understand? So now everybody had to come to who? Peter. You understand? And Peter said, yo, remember who tell Paul to go to the Gentiles? To the brothers and sisters?
Christ, sir.
Outside. Christ?
Christ told him, and then he went to get validation. He had to go to Jerusalem and get validation from Peter.
That's it. Yes. So that's what I want to hear. Peter had to give him, he had to be like, yo, you go to them. You understand? Paul didn't just do what? Get this knowledge and then do what? went about teaching something totally different.
Right.
He couldn't. He had to go to Peter and tell him, yo, these what Christ say. And then Peter had what? The vision. And Peter understood. Oh, so that's what it meant. Ain't no sweat. You go to them brothers and them outside of Jerusalem. I'll deal with these men here. You understand? That was done for order. And now whatever the Catholic Church, whatever all this church sitting on, they are just what? Those are just what? Lies. Those are doctrine that was made by who? What did the Bible say? Doctrine made by who?
Devils.
The heathen.
Pull it for me. I think it's in Peter's, either 2 Peter's 2:16 or 1 Peter's 2:16. Look at 1 Peter's 2:16.
So like,
no, that's not it. Hold on.
Is it 1 Timothy 4:1, sir?
Read that for me.
1 Timothy 4:1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils.
I'll take that also too. But there's one where it tells it pertaining to doctrine. Hold on, I'm gonna get it. Hold on. Where did I say it was? In Peter's?
You said 1 Peter 2:16, and then you had another one in 2 Peter.
Hold on.
I forgot the second one you said, Mitch.
No. It's one of them, man. Hold on. I'm gonna be saying the wrong word. That's not in it. All right, but that is it. Not to say. Read that one more time.
1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils.
And doctrines of devils, right? The Roman Catholic Church is what? Doctrine of what? Devils. Christianity is doctrine of devils.
Right.
You understand? And we know the devil who we're speaking of, the so-called oppressor. It's just a bunch of lies. That's why you could pick. You just pick a topic the Catholic Church have, and you could do what? You could cut it. You could say, this is not what's in the Bible. Heaven and hell. Heaven and hell. What did the Catholic Church believe heaven and hell is?
So like, sir?
Come on.
Yeah, well, heaven is a place you go to when you die in the sky, and hell is a place where you go to under the earth when you die, if you was wicked while you were alive. And also, they talk about purgatory, or however to pronounce it, where you in suspended animation between heaven and hell, which is foolish.
Yeah,
I don't know where to get that from. Limbo, right?
The God that's from Dante's Inferno, I believe that's the book.
Yeah,
got it from 33 degrees, or I forget the how to word it, but you can look it up online. You understand? Go to this is the one I was looking for. 2 Peter's 2:16. Let a young man read it. 2 Peter's 2:16. All right. Like, you're going to have to match it. That's why when brothers and sisters come in here for the first time, what do we tell them to do? What do we inform them to do?
Select.
Come on.
To do that 90 days.
To do the 90 days. But we also inform them to what?
Like
go do your research. Come on.
Yeah, come on. You just said it, sir.
Yeah, go do your research. Don't take my word for it. Open your Bible and read for yourself.
Right.
Because most of your family members who in the Christian church, they're not reading the Bible.
Wow.
And this is how you know they're not reading the Bible. When you start asking them questions, and then you start pulling precept to show, then it's like, well, I don't know the Bible like you, but I know my Jesus loves everybody. Argument done. And that's because they don't read the Bible.
Right.
You understand? My God loves everybody, but the God in the Old Testament did a lot of killing. So the God in the Old Testament, is it the same God in the New Testament? Now smoke started to come out of the ears. Now it's that, well, if that is the God in the Bible, I don't want that God. I'm not serving that God. I mean, crazy. But go ahead and read it, young man. 2 Peter 2:16. Yeah, man, you're on mute.
Oh yeah, let me go and say this.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me?
Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. It says 2 Timothy. No, yeah.
Peter's.
2 Peter.
1 and 16.
So, like, give me 1 second. 1 second.
All right, and then we'll go back to Bankela. Will you read that for me a little bit, right? A little more.
And it, you said it was
2
first.
Peter's.
Second.
2 Peter's 1 and 16. All right, and these are things. Come on.
Oh wait.
All right. All right, and then we'll get into before we go, I want to touch on Paul.
Okay,
come on.
2 Peter 1 and 16, right?
Yeah, come on.
Okay. So like, for we have not followed cunningly devised fables when we made known unto you the power and the coming of our Lord Jesus Christ.
Right. So we have not followed what?
So, for we have not followed cunningly devised fables.
Cunningly devised fables. Christmas is a cunningly devised fable.
Right.
You understand? It's cunning. One, it says what? Christ's birthday. You understand? And then that Easter. Ooh, that's cunning. And you will think that, these people, who go, people who go to church, they are the most, God-fearing people. But some people go to church to hide the monster in them. You know who was one of them? How many of you remember Wayne? I think it's Wayne Gacy.
John Wayne Gacy. I don't want.
John Wayne Gacy. Yep.
Yeah. Was he a member in some church, some Christian church? Oh, he was all up in the Christian church. All up in the Christian church, all up. You understand? And how many of you know? I think it was recently too. What's that? That look up that what's that singer name? He is a gospel singer. He's in jail in Louisiana right now. In jail for child abuse. Sexual misconduct with a teenager, 16-year-old. The 16-year-old mother saw the explicit messages this man was sending her son and reported him like she should. You understand? Reported him. And he's in jail. Anybody found his name?
I'm looking for him right now, sir.
Yeah. Everybody, you know what I mean?
So like
just come on.
I just wanted to ask you. You triggered something in my thought. When you said monsters go into the church to hide their true nature. I'm talking about people, especially Israel. Can we say safely that is the same thing that happened to Adam and Eve back in the garden?
What you mean?
Meaning, they disobeyed the Lord and they hid themselves in, Christianity or Islam or other religions or beliefs of other nations to hide the fact that they are monsters. They were monsters, or like they sinned.
They sinned. I won't so much call them monsters because now, they reserve this monster for people like Eddie Long.
Oh, come on,
you understand?
Come on.
Like people who hide behind these churches and they molest kids, abuse women, abuse boys, girls. These are monsters. You understand? Like Epstein, he is a monster. That Ghislaine Maxwell or whatever her name is, right? She's a monster. And Donald Trump is contemplating giving this woman what? Immunity.
So like y'all one.
Not immunity. What's your
Pardon.
Pardon. Yeah. Come on.
So that bastard you're talking about, his name is Joshua Josh Kegler. He's an accomplished local gospel singer. I got the article. It says Warren Easton choir teacher and local gospel singer arrested on child sex trafficking rape counts. A former choir teacher at Warren Easton Charter High School in New Orleans was booked Tuesday with a raft of felony charges related to the sexual exploitation of minors, including child sex trafficking and rape, according to the New Orleans Police Department. Joshua Josh Kegler, who was an accomplished local gospel singer, was arrested with the assistance from the U.S. Marshals, police said. Warren Easton officials said Kegler was a teacher during the 2024-25 school year, but is no longer employed there. NOLA Public Schools has been in contact with Joshua Kegler's most recent employer, Warren Easton, et cetera, et cetera. So like it.
No, yeah, that I mean, you said it. Who behind the computer? Somebody put put the article up, man, so you can see this bastard.
See if we can find that.
Come
on.
What is his name? Kegler or Pegler?
Josh Kegler. Might as well call him that, right? Yeah, Josh. You know what I mean? Because boy, like you sending your child to sing, right? And this man is preying on them. He's preying on them. Like he not worrying about what? Singing. He worrying about your child's sexually. That's what he thinking about. You understand?
So like I said,
not just thinking about it. He's actually doing the act. And if you go read further on also too, they'll tell you the boy who mother caught him was saying that he will invite him to smoke some marijuana. And it came to blindfolding him, having him nude, and then it moved to physical touching. Yeah, watch him.
Is that him right
there? Yeah, that's him. That's him. You understand?
Wow.
Like that's why Christ said, you know what I mean? Beware that no man fool you. And that's why we try to tell black people, you know what I mean? First thing, you want to make a change in your life, stop going to church.
Right.
Stop going to church. The next thing, open the Bible. Next step, find the I.S.U.P.K.
That's right.
And then match us up to what's actually in the Bible. You understand? For a brother in here that is not following what's in that Bible, he ain't one West. It's likewise for sisters. You understand? Because in here, we don't harbor sinners. We don't do it.
Right.
You can't be an abuser and sit down and share a seat with me in class, or my brothers or my sisters in class.
That's right.
Can't do that. You understand? You cannot. You can't be a sinner and want to adultery. You want to be adulterer and sit down next to me in class, or my sisters, my brothers in class? Oh, hell no.
So like I said,
come on.
I was just reading, in Corinthians 6, I was reading 5, 6, and 7 when Paul was checking that school for all the, when the brother was having sex with his father's woman.
Yeah.
And Paul, man, he was checking them, man. It was, I was reading, I was like, damn, this is a hell of a checking. But it's like it's over like 3 chapters where he's checking them. He's giving them a real good checking, because like Christ wants us to be a school without blemish, without spot. Like we can't tolerate wickedness at all.
That's how it has to be. Because remember, brothers and sisters coming to you to do what? When a brother or sister walk in there, they're observing the room, observing everything. Why? Because now they have to put what? Their life in your hands. You understand? And you are going to have to know that, see it, understand the responsibility you have, and live it. And if you can't, no problem, you can't. Just move aside. Let other brothers step up to the plate and do it. But don't try to say you're about it, and then when you turn the TV on, you turn your YouTube on, you are full out embarrassing the school. And you think somebody going to sit down in the class and listen to Commander YAHANNA after you done pass stain, after they done see you understand, smoking marijuana and saying, I'm such and such, I'm officer such and such. They're not going to take the school serious.
So like
I mean, and you brothers and sisters, you're better being here without blemish. Better. 1 minute. Go ahead. Aya.
Khan. I have a precept in Matthew chapter 5 and verse 48 on topic.
Come on.
Be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect.
That's it. You're going to have to be like that. You got to come in here and follow the teachings in the school. Follow it to a T. You understand? Follow it. This school was built on what? Brotherhood, sisterhood. You are going to have to follow it. Satan is looking for one kink. And before you know it, brother, you know what I mean, this school will be in shambles. And you'll be wondering what the hell happened. And it's just because you caught up in yourself. You're being selfish. You understand? All right.
Oh, God.
Bakel, any more on that dehumanization? Right. And that just goes back to Aya, what you were saying with Iran. Most of the things you hear coming from the Western media is propaganda on, you know what I mean, on Iran. Right. They just is, you know what I mean, they just want to, you know what I mean, push the power and have a reason to go destroy whoever they want to destroy. And it, you know what I mean, ain't nothing you could do about it. You know what I mean? Come on.
Salak, if I could, sir. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Natasa.
Yeah, if I could, sir. Is there anything you would shed light on as far as like, okay, you know, with the Epstein files and stuff, and they're doing that back and forth? Would you say that that's still part of the propaganda, being that it's not really for sure that they're going to even come out with a list? You know, they just kind of they just talking about it, and it just kind of sounds like.
The reason why, they're not sharing the files is because they're rich and powerful men that are involved. You understand? If it was me and you involved in that act, brother, it'll be all over the internet.
Right.
It'll be all over the internet, you know what I mean? And everybody be wanting us to be under the jail cell act. But they know it. And the city Israelis, they're known for blackmailing. They're known for it. You understand? That whole thing with what's his name? With the president, Bill Clinton, they knew about it. They knew about it before the media knew about it. You understand? So, of course, that whole list this is just how they run their kingdom, Mark.
Right.
This is their way of running the kingdom, and it's, you know what I mean, what you could say, but they're horrible landlords. They're kids. Like, you telling me you have information on men who were molesting underage girls and you're hiding it?
Yeah.
Oh, brother. Well, you run your kingdom. It's just, I know it's just a few minutes away from falling.
Right.
You understand?
So if I
It's few
could, sir,
minutes away from falling. Come on.
Sir, so the biggest takeaway from it is just to look at it like, okay, this is why we called him the devil, but we shouldn't really be anticipating something to come out of it. Like, it shouldn't matter to us if something comes out of that, because it's like it's just really like its way of showing us that they just the devil. That's all.
Yes, it's just gonna be proof. It's like give me Job 9:24.
Go.
Like right now, Job 9:24 is screaming out that Bible. You understand? Like, even if, okay, let's say the file come out, right? Let's say the file come out. Donald Trump is in it, right? Let's say, you know what I mean, all the billionaires are in it, right? The question is, what is that going to do to black people?
Right.
Is that going to make you now leave Christianity and come back and serve in the Lord? I mean, it don't really make a difference, but it's just proof that this is the case. Give me Job 9:24.
I got it right here for you, sir. Oh, so like,
go ahead.
Sir. This is the book of Job, chapter 9 and verse 24. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked.
The what?
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
Now, you don't have to even wonder whether, you know what I mean, there's a file, whether there's a list. They know everything.
Right.
You understand? You see that? You see the phone you have right here that we have right here? Guess what? They know everything that's on your phone. They have program.
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
So that's why, while Trump is over there in Scotland or wherever the hell he was, and talking about the starvation going on in Palestine, and you know, this at the same time, Netanyahu is saying that there's no starvation going on, because they got Trump by the cojones, man.
Mm-hmm. They don't just get Trump by, you know what I mean, by the kahunas. They got America. They already, I mean, but that's how they live. You know what I mean? They call them, look up, what's a lobbyist? You all know what a lobbyist is?
Kind of one concert.
What's a lobbyist?
A lobbyist, if I may, sir, is they like the I.P.A.K, right? So what their job is to bribe the senators and the congressmen and the politicians to go your way.
Right. And that's the best way to put it. That's what a lobbyist is. You just give you money, and now instead of you speak on the brother who I was talking about is Hakeem Jeffries.
Okay.
You understand? So now you thinking, okay, these people that you put in office, they're going to have, you know what I mean, they're gonna have your thoughts, or I mean, I forget the word.
Your best,
come on,
the best interest.
Yes, that's it. You thinking they're gonna have your best interest because you went and got ink on your finger to vote them in. But ink is not what? What ink is not?
So like I said,
ink.
It's not money.
It's not money.
Right.
So now, do you know how many of your mayors, how much your senators, how much are these people that representing you? If you hear them speaking about Israel, you know they gain money from Israel.
Right.
You realize they don't speak about black people?
Con, sir.
Because there's no money to get
Right.
speaking about black people
So
or
like
for
you said,
black people best interests. Come on.
You speaking about Hakeem Jeffries, right? So every time he speaks like from a Christian perspective. Like he talks about like everybody doing everything together. But when he speaks about the Jewish community, he isolates their issues and he speaks strongly on their issues. So just like you said, he's
Yeah, he
get
money.
paid.
Huh? Yes. I like how you put it. That's a bribe. A lobbyist is just somebody who basically bribing a politician to go their way. You understand? And that's what their society is built on. You understand? And is it working well for them? Absolutely. Yeah, it's working well for them. Guess who is not working well for? Black people, Hispanics, and First Nation people. It's not working well for us. You understand? Right? Somebody holding, finish it off for me, Aya.
Khan, this is the book of Job, chapter 9 and verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof.
Right,
If
and
not,
he cover it. Go ahead.
Sir. If not, where and who is he?
That's it. Like we not shocked by the way they're conducting themselves in this place.
Right.
I'm not shocked with what Netanyahu and the Israelis are doing. I'm not shocked with what Europe is doing. These Europeans are showing you what? What are Europeans showing you?
Salakia, who they are.
Yeah, they're showing you who they are. They're showing you that Europe has not forgotten that they what? What Europe has not forgotten.
Sir.
Come on.
That they are the devil?
Well,
sir.
Come on.
They remember the dark ages when black people ran Europe.
So Europe is what? Is white power.
Right.
They know it. They know it. They stick with each other. They knew what they did. The Europeans, they divided the earth up. They divided the earth up. The French took who? Took the Africans, some of our brothers in Suriname, Martinique,
Haiti,
and Haiti. You understand? The Spaniards, they took who? They took the Puerto Ricans, the who? The Mexicans, and these Hispanics that speak what? Spanish. The Portuguese took who? The Brazilians, and the people who speak what? Portuguese. The Englishman now took who? Took the Caribbean. You understand? And then you have America who took what? Judites. And now America going out on what? Just taking whatever England had. They now taking it up. You understand? Because they say all the problems you're seeing that are taking place on the earth right now is from the Englishman. He created the division. I could just give you an example with Trinidad, because that's the island I'm from. What the Englishman did was, before he gave black people independence, he went and got what? The so-called East Indians and put them on the island and had them as indentured laborers. Right? And they knew that what happens when you put two different groups of people?
Salaki, sir. So the East Indians, they like the buffer between the blacks and the whites. They put them there to, like, you understand, for the conflict to be focused on them, while the white man is pulling the strings behind the scenes. And so
yes, what the oppressor is doing is he is causing conflict on the island. There will always be conflict. Why? Because there's two totally different group of people. You understand? There's going to be conflicts on the island because they're different groups of people. And black people thinking, well, it's just by chance. No, it's not by chance. These people were brought to the island to disrupt whatever freedom fighting you thinking in you gonna bring in your mind. Whatever that is, it's done. It's out the window. Because now you get what? You have to deal with what? You got to deal with the Chinese. You got to deal with the East Indians. You got to deal with the Syrians. You got to deal with all these other nations. You understand? They created problems on the earth so that you will never rise up and think about being free. No day. So now all your islands, they have what? Anthems that is what? All inclusive, just like a Christian church. You understand?
Oh God.
They have anthems just like, you know what I mean? You swear as a hymn being singer. Some of them are anthems in the Caribbean. Come on.
Like that Bob Marley, One Love. And
yes.
Then, but don't worry about a thing. You know, they don't want you to focus on what's really going on.
That Bob Marley boy, it did a number on Jamaica. It did a number. All right, you're good with that, right? I know we close to the time. Let me get to Paul. You remember Paul, right? Yanis, I asked the question again.
So the question, if I may, sir, is whether or when did Paul become a Gentile? Was he a Gentile, and when did he not be a Gentile? That was my question.
Good. Right? Answer. Paul was not a Gentile. Right? And okay, think about it this way, right? Remember, a Gentile, who was a Gentile?
Salaki, sir. It was the Israelites that were living outside of the culture.
Okay, I'll take that, but okay. Okay, when they say outside of the culture, give me what you mean.
Okay, so if they're living in Galatia or Antioch, which is in Turkey, they were living as those people. They were not living as Israelites. They were living their way of life, eating their food, speaking their language. You understand? Even though they were Israel, just like we're Americans, living as Americans, eating American food, believing in the red, white, and blue, trying to love everybody. It was basically the same thing.
Right. But Paul, Paul, what was the difference with Paul now?
Although Paul was born outside of Jerusalem, he was brought up under the law. He had the circumcision. He was within the culture, even though he was.
So which lets you know a Gentile was a what? Was a person who, as you were saying, I would take that, but think more along the line of a sinner. You understand?
Kind of one concept.
So like
come on.
In a shorter way, we could say this is like a brother or sister who is not in the truth.
Okay, don't think so much not in the truth, because remember, was Paul in the truth?
Lie.
He was Saul first. Right, and that's why I say you can't really think like that. Think more so. Go to Galatians. Let's go in Galatians 1:13.
Salaki, Cap.
Come on.
When we talk about the Gentiles, wouldn't we start with the other nations first before we go into talking about what we was doing, like to show the separation between us and them, how they live versus what we're supposed to do?
Okay, it's understood when you speak about the Gentiles, right? Based on context, who you're speaking about. You understand? So I don't want to go outside of that. I want to stick with this is brothers and sisters you're talking about. But they were called Gentile. Why? Because they were basically sinners.
Sinners come on the other.
You understand? Right? They were people. Let's read Galatians 13.
I got it, sir.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Galatians, chapter 1 and verse 13. For ye have heard of my conversion in
No
past
conversation.
Salak is right. Conversation. Salak is sir.
Mm-hmm.
In time past, in the Jews' religion.
So now hold up. How did they look at you being a Jew?
Salak, sir.
Come on.
Based on what you believe, your religion.
That's it. That's it. That's it. Based on what you believe. That's why Paul was not looked at as a what?
Salak,
Wasn't looked at
Gentile.
as, yeah. Remember, Paul was a what? I think Baal said it last week too. He was a what?
A Pharisee, right?
Yes. Yes. You understand? He was a what? Pharisee. So which means he what? He grew up in that what? For lack of a better word, religion, in that belief. Right? Now, I answer this question. If you were asked, right, if the Sadducees and Pharisees were asked who God loves, who would they say God love?
They would say those who are under the law and obey the law.
Meaning what? Who would they have said that God love?
Jews.
Yes, the Jews. You understand? The Jews. Right? Now remember, go to Romans 11. Yanis, are you still right there? Ah, yeah, go to Romans 11 and 1.
Got one answer.
Mm-hmm. Go to Romans 11 and 1. Go ahead.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 11 and verse 1. I say then, have God cast away his people?
Right. So now, Paul is asking, has what? God cast? Why is Paul asking, has God cast away his people?
Because of what they believed in.
Yes, because it's Sadducees and Pharisees.
Yeah, come on.
But it was teaching, right? That you living outside of Jerusalem, you partaking, not just living, I shouldn't say living, but you not doing what the Jews were doing in Jerusalem, and you were Israelite, you out. Right? Read on.
God forbid.
Mm-hmm.
For I also am an Israelite.
For he what?
Seed. For I also am an Israelite. Of the seed of Abraham. Of the tribe of Benjamin.
Now, why he had to do that? Why Paul had to do that?
So like it, sir.
Yes, sir.
Come on.
He had to give his registry.
Why?
Because he used to work for the Pharisees. So,
go ahead. Yanis, I think you're getting to it. Go ahead, Yanis. That's like you finish what you're saying.
So, he used to work for the Pharisees, but now he's speaking against them.
Okay. And
so he has his job. Okay, so like he wants them to know that has God cast away his people, because all of those Israelites are still God's people. So you
on it, Yanis. You're on it. You're right there.
So like I said,
come on.
He was just trying to validate the fact that he's not a Gentile, but he's an Israelite.
Okay. Not so much. He's trying to, this is what he's trying to do. You're somewhat on it. What Paul is trying to do is this. Remember, he is telling you he's from the tribe of Benjamin. Why? Because if you're from the tribe of Benjamin, who is a Jew?
So like it, sir.
Uh-huh.
Judah and Benjamin.
Okay. Yes, but remember what we just said about being a Jew. When he said religion, the Jews what? Religion. The belief. You understand? But he's trying to tell them, yo, I'm from what? I'm from Benjamin. I'm not what? Judah. I'm not a Jew. I'm from the tribe of Benjamin. You understand? And
so I get it now.
You understand? So he's trying to tell them, yo, you can't cast them people away. God forbid. Because I am what? One of them.
Right. Come.
You understand? He's trying to show them what Christ came to do, which was what? Bring the 12 nations back together.
Right.
Because what the Sadducees and Pharisees were doing what? They were separating them. Remember, Peter had to get a what?
Vision.
A vision. And then Paul comes in and he tells Paul, yo, go teach them Gentiles. Go teach them brothers. You know what I mean? In Asia Minor. Go teach them brothers outside of Jerusalem. You understand? Right?
So Salaki, sir, if I may.
Come on.
So with understanding this, the battle is between us as a nation of people who we're going to accept in or out, not necessarily the other nations.
Right. That's it. This battle here is between bringing the brothers and sisters who were what? Simply sinners.
Yeah. Come.
Who won't follow any law. Remember, the whole battle was circumcision.
Right.
Right? Now go back to Galatians and read
1 and
31.
The book of Galatians, chapter 1, verse 13. For ye have heard of my conversation in time past in the Jews' religion, how that beyond measure I persecuted the church of God and wasted it.
You remember that, right? That you can read about that in Acts 6 and Acts 7 with Stephen, where Paul hold the coat of them that stoned Stephen. And Stephen said that what? Let me see if I get it. Go to Acts 7. Go to Acts 7. I'll tell you where to start reading. You hold way at Yanaza. Go to Acts 7.
Come.
I go to Acts 7 and 51.
Another one. This is the book of Acts, chapter 7 and verse 51. Ye stiff-necked and uncircumcised in heart.
Right?
And ears.
So that's why he's saying what? He's using what? That's circumcision. You understand? Why? Because they in Jerusalem, they what? They're circumcised, but where they're not circumcised.
So like I said,
come
in their mind, in their heart.
Yes. They're not, they ain't, you know what I mean? They ain't saying who they really is. They're not acting like a Jew. You understand? They ain't circumcised in the heart. They're wicked. And that's what he's trying to tell them. Your head hard, you're stiff-necked. And he's trying to explain that to them. If you read 6 all the way to 7, it's Stephen giving them a schooling on history with Moses. All the way to Christ and what Christ was trying to do. Moses was saving who?
Salaki, the Israelites.
Israelites. That's what he's trying to get them to understand. Moses was saving who? The Israelites. That's who what Christ came to save also too. But these people or these brothers and sisters in Jerusalem, these Sadducees and Pharisees, they think what? If you want a what?
A Jew. If he wasn't a Judah living in Jerusalem.
Yeah, by belief.
Yeah.
If you didn't have the Jews' belief, then guess what? We don't want no part of you. We don't want no part of you. And he had to tell them, you're uncircumcised in what? Read.
Oh God, you're stiff-necked and uncircumcised in heart and ears.
Is that my computer? Oh, you're hearing him good?
Sir.
Yeah, your audio.
Can you hear me better now?
No, not yet. Somebody take it up for Aya quick. While he take care of it.
Yeah.
Mark, who you all have in class?
Salaki, sir.
Go ahead.
Salaki.
It's
the book of Acts, chapter 7, verse 51. Ye
Salaki, is it
stiff-necked
better now,
and
sir?
uncircumcised.
Hold on, let the that is Kwaiba. Go ahead.
Book of Acts, chapter 7, verse 51. Ye stiff-necked and uncircumcised in heart and ears, ye do always resist the Holy Spirit. As your fathers did, so do ye.
And he was what? He cut them. Like you resist you, meaning what? He is trying to what? Teach them what Christ was what? Teaching the disciples. But they didn't understand and they didn't want to hear it. And we all know once you read on, you're going to see that they stoned Stephen to death.
Right.
And what did Stephen do while he was dying? His brother was a rough brother. What did Stephen do before he died? Read verse 60.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 7 and verse 60. And he kneeled down and cried with a loud voice, Lord, lay not this sin to their charge.
Read on.
And when he had said this, he fell asleep.
He died, and stoned Stephen.
So,
And Paul, come on.
If I may, basically, he did something similar to what Christ did. He's like, you know what I mean? Forgive them for they don't know what they do. You know what I mean? Basically, that's what he's saying.
Yeah.
Come on. Okay.
Like, I mean, don't lay this to the charge. Why? Because their leaders is the one that have them, you know what I mean, in this mental state.
Right.
All right. Now go back to Galatians. Go back to Galatians, Yaniza.
Verse 14. And profited in the Jews' religion above many my equals in my own nation.
You understand? Meaning what?
He was doing better. He had higher rank.
That's it. Read on.
Being more exceedingly zealous of the traditions of my father.
So you see what's going on here, right? Traditions, and it's sung more like what? A belief. You understand?
Tradition.
Right? Read on.
Verse 15. But when it pleased the Most High, who separated me from my mother's womb and called me by his grace. Verse 16. To reveal his son in me, that I might preach him among the heathen immediately. I conferred not with the flesh and blood.
What is that? What is he talking about there?
Salakia, sir. He didn't confer with the carnal. Like this is talking about like the people, like these traditions and things that he's talking about were like they were more carnal than anything else. So now he's dealing with the spirit.
Okay, you on it. Yeah, me hit the nail on the head for me, Giannis. You on it.
Anybody? Good, sir.
Come on.
I just a bunch around, sir. Like it, sir. When he said the flesh and the blood, is that most of him referring to the traditions that Israel had? If you were not a part of the nation, you know, if you didn't keep the laws, statutes, and commandments, you wouldn't even looked at as an Israelite.
No. This is Giannis. I was close to it.
Okay,
kind of. Giannis, I said.
Salakia, sir.
Come on.
Basically, he's saying that because of the Most High and him now understand his role and what he has to do, that's what he's going to do.
Okay, that's the first part of it. But he's saying immediately I conferred not with flesh and blood. Who is flesh and blood?
So like I said, the nation of Israel, his people.
Okay, yes, but who's flesh and blood?
Slag, sir.
Man, right?
Count.
What? Who was Paul following? Who was Saul following? No, who was Saul following?
So like I said, the
Pharisees.
Yes, he didn't confer with them. He didn't confer with them.
God.
He just went. He left them. He didn't go and ask for the permission.
Right.
He left. You understand? He didn't confer with blood, with flesh and blood. Read on. Read on. You understand?
Salaki. Yeah, I got it for him. Verse 17. Neither I went up to Jerusalem to them which were apostles before me, but I went into Arabia and returned again to Damascus.
Go ahead, read on.
Then after 3 years, I went up to Jerusalem to see Peter and abode with him 15 days. But the other of the apostles saw I none, save James, the Lord's brother.
You understand? Like he didn't see them, but he went and see who? Peter. Why? Because Peter was what? He knew Peter was what?
So like I said,
come on.
He was in charge.
Yeah, he was in charge. Read on. Read on.
Verse 20. Now the things which I write unto you, behold, before the Most High, I lie not. Afterwards, I came into the regions of Syria and Cilicia, and was unknown by face unto the churches of Judea, which were in Christ.
Right. They didn't know him, but guess who knew him? Peter knew him. You understand? They didn't know him. Right? Read on.
Verse 23. But they had heard only that he which persecuted us in times past now preacheth the faith which once he destroyed.
You understand? That's a brother, you know what I mean, who was basically what? In the world, preaching against what? Like in the Esau world. Preaching against us, teaching against us, and then decide what? To come into the truth.
Right.
You understand? Somebody of high, you know what I mean, somebody high in Esau's world. And then turn around and say, you know what? Now these brothers here talking the truth. I'm gonna go, you know what I mean, deal with them.
Right.
Right. Read on.
Verse 24. And they glorified the Most High in me.
You understand? Now they saw what Paul was doing, the work he was doing. Like Paul, you know what I mean, he worked. You understand? He tried to, I don't know if, you know what I mean, if he tried to make up for what he did in times past, but it sure looked like that.
Right.
You understand? And he worked. Right? So yes, Paul, you know what I mean, was always considered, you know what I mean, a Jew. He wasn't considered a Gentile. And he was considered a Jew because of his belief. You understand?
Right?
That's why he had to come and tell them, yo, he's an Israelite from the tribe of Benjamin. Like they are brothers too. The tribe of Benjamin, they were brothers also too. Not just these brothers here in Jerusalem who were Judites. It's just like today. Where's the majority of Judites?
So like I said, in North America.
Yeah. Where's the majority of Benjamites?
In the Caribbean.
Yeah. You understand? But we what? Paul is trying to say what? The brothers in the Caribbean, they are what?
They're Israelites.
They're the Israelites too. They're Jews too. You got to accept them too.
Right.
You understand? That's why he went to Peter when Peter had the vision, and he had to tell Peter, yo, This ain't, you know what I mean, circumcision of the flesh. It's circumcision of the heart. And he had to quote what? Things in Jeremiah.
Right.
Right? And then Paul basically, that's why Peter came and said what? I'm the apostle of what?
The Gentiles.
Gentiles. He had to come and say, because Paul tell him, yo, you go and teach them, man. And that's almost understanding, you know what I mean, how Israelites move, and how we move. You know what I mean? Like Paul, like Peter understood that, you know what I mean, for these brothers and sisters to come in, that was, you know, considered Gentiles, Paul would have to go to them. Because he understood them.
Right.
Because he was just like one of them. You understand? The only difference is he grew up being a what? In the Jews' belief. He grew up being a Jew. You understand? All right.
Come.
You're good. You're good there with that, Yana, sir. So, like, if I confused you last week on it, right?
No, we good, sir.
Well, that's it.
So, Salakia, sir.
Come on.
What was the main reason why? Because Paul and them only had the Old Testament as well. So the Pharisees and the Sadducees had the same thing that Paul had. So why couldn't they understand? Like, Christ is written in the volume of the book. Why couldn't they understand?
Okay, and don't think much so understand. Go to John 8, and I think it's 44. It's not so much understand. It's just like black people today.
I got it.
Right? It's not that they don't understand. It's more so that they see that they're gonna have to make changes. It's like you have a brother that, you know what I mean, love white woman. If you go to him and tell him, yo, we can only marry Israelites, blacks, Hispanics, or First Nation people, what is he going to do while he reads the Bible? He's going to look for what? For verses in there that says what?
He could marry that white woman.
Yes. And ain't no, you could read and show him precept from now till Christ come back, and he gonna be like, well, that's what you interpret it as. I didn't interpret it like that. And furthermore, these black women heads are hard.
Yeah.
You understand?
Hey, Salakia, sir.
Come on.
I'm sorry. Oh no, Salakia, sir. I just had a precept for it. Salakia.
Go ahead.
2 Peter 3 and I want to say 2 Peter 3 and 16. It says, as also in all his epistles, speaking in them of these things, in which are some things hard to be understood, which they that are unlearned and unstable rest, as they do also the other scriptures unto their own destruction.
Yes, the perfect too. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
perfect. Right. That's like, you know what I mean, one of them is the Immaculate Conception. Boy, you go try to break that down to a Catholic. Somewhere in there, he's not seeing that Joseph is Christ's father. He's not seeing that. He's not. It's too difficult for him to see. But who's holding what for me?
Slack, I'm not holding anything.
I think Giannis, what did I say to go to?
Salakia, sir, you didn't ask me to go anywhere, sir.
Oh man, I getting old like that. Salakia.
Hey, welcome to the club.
Damn. Come on.
Go to John 8 and 44.
I'm not Kodam, my man.
Salakia, sir, my bad.
Yeah, right? Don't get fooled. This gray hair ain't mean nothing. You know what I mean? Go ahead, Kodam.
Check. Can you hear me?
Yeah, Kodam.
This is the book of John, chapter 8, verse 44. It says, Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father you will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth.
Not that one. I'm looking for the one where where the high priest say, if we don't do it, the people is going to believe on him. Is this somewhere around here? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that's when they said that if people believe, if we don't do something, they're going to keep believing on Christ, and we're going to lose our seat in our nation.
Now you understand why.
Sir, I do.
No, that's the reason why they couldn't see what Paul was seeing. And Paul, remember, Paul was on his way to, I forget where he was going when he got the vision. He was knocked off. I think the donkey he was riding, and he got blinded. You understand? Something, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? A miracle happened to Paul, for Paul to realize, yo, he on this wrong path. And sometimes some brothers, you know what I mean, might have to go through things like that and be like, oh man, you know what I mean? Some life changing moment. You understand?
Right.
To come into the truth. I pray it don't have to happen like that for our brothers, but you know what I mean, Israel, you like that way, they have to go through some life changing moment to come in. Anybody find it for me?
Like it says in Acts 26 and 28.
Read it for me here.
It says, I'm gonna start at 26. It says, for the king knoweth of these things, before whom also I speak freely, for I am persuaded that none of these things are hidden from him. For this thing was not done in a corner. Verse 27. King Agrippa believest the prophet, thou the prophets, I know that thou believest. Verse 28. Then Agrippa said unto Paul, almost thou persuaded me to be a Christian. Right?
No. That not that one. I want the one where where it said they will come and take receipt. They were having a council on what they was going to do to Christ. They had to get, you know what I mean, like there was really, because remember, the Sadducean Pharisees, what were they trying to do to Christ?
So like I said, they were trying to set him up to murder him.
That's it. To kill him. That's it. They wanted to unalive Christ. They wasn't trying to, you know what I mean, just trick him just to say, I got you. No, they wanted to trick him so they could pick that rock up and start to what? Stone him to death for being a blasphemer. You understand? So just give me that quick, and I think I'm gonna wrap it up after that. Let me see. What is he has said? He has said, what did the priest said? If we leave him alone.
Yeah. Then all the people will believe on him, and we will lose our seat, and meaning their position with the Romans and our nation.
Yep.
This is book of John chapter 11 verse 48.
Okay.
It says, I started 47. It says, then gathered the chief priests and the Pharisees a council and said, what do we? For this man doeth many miracles.
You understand? So which means, Jan, is that what? They know he was what?
Right. They know that he was of God because of the things that he did.
Right. They say miracles.
It didn't matter to them. They were more concerned about their seats and their position in the Roman Empire.
That's it. And that's what brothers and sisters today are concerned about. They're concerned about what?
Their position, their money.
Yes. That's what they're concerned about. Because you sit down and talk to them, and you will show them there's tons of history to show that the white man is the devil the Bible speaks of. Like what's going on right now. Tons of it. You understand? And they will agree with you. But agreeing with you will mean what? I know we'll have to what? Change. I know we'll have to stop eating pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. I will have to make a total 180 degree on my life. And people are not willing to do that. That is, you know what I mean? That's rough for some people. You know what I mean? Especially when it comes to what Mother's Day. You tell your mother you ain't celebrating Mother's Day no more, brother. You know you're not on the will. You understand? She is scratching your name off the will. It's done. You understand? Right? Read on. Who reading for me? Kodam.
Con, sir. Verse 48. If we let him thus alone, all men will believe on him, and the Romans shall come and take away both our place and nation.
Right. So just think they were being what? Selfish. You understand? It's one thing not to, you know what I mean, understand or not knowing. Like black people today, they really do not know that they're Israelites. They don't. You understand? But you get to sit down with them one-on-one and show them that they are the Israelites, right? But then they will decide to do what now? Some will decide to do what? Say, yes, we Israelites. I'm gonna start coming to class. And some will do just like what the high priest and them do. And say, nah, if this happen, now I'm going to lose money. You understand? You know how much your brothers and them will not speak out against this white man kingdom. You know how much, because they're in your family. You understand?
Right.
All right. Any more questions before I let you all out? I know we're up on the time. Anybody paying attention to the to see if the radio show on and popping? All right, ain't no sweat. If we have no more questions, then who are passing the class over to?
Priest and Officer Kodam, I don't want.
I'll pass the class over to Priest and Officer Kodam.
Israel, we're going to one courtesy salute unto teacher. Israel, SHALAM, Imagine, Barak, Yahawashi, Star Minute Turn, face the sister. We're going to render one, so I can sisters, Imagine, me to stand. We're going to render one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Shabbat, Imagine, Barak, Yahawashi, Yashab, you mean to be seated, Baba Kashab? All right, this is the I.S.U.P.K. under Commander Junior YAHANNA. We're the I.S.U.P.K. start out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 months period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18 and 21, Malachi 3, 8 to 10, means 10th in the Hebrew, ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Most High gives you. Give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you will like. Upcoming holy convocation is the memorial blowing of trumpets, which is the first day of the 7th month, which is Sunday, September the 21st, 2025. You can find it in Leviticus, the 23rd chapter, and the 24th verse through the 25th verse. You understand? We got the Midwest Fire Weekend. You understand? Cookout, man. You understand? Make all your arrangements. Get in touch with your camp leader. You understand? If any man wants to be a troop in the school, to start wearing all black boots, shirts, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that, class dismissed.